Good morning, students. Today we are going to study about the crystals of sodium chloride, potassium chloride and cesium chloride. Sodium, potassium and cesium, all the three elements, they belong from the same family, that is alkali metals. But still they have the different structure. Even the anion in all the three are same, but if we study their structure, then we have find out that their crystal structure is different in all the three. You can see in the picture that NaCl structure is drawn, which is FCC. Cesium chloride structure is BCC. Now first of all, let me find out what is the reason behind these different structures. Actually, sodium has 10 electrons and chlorine has 18 electrons. So sodium has less electron as compared to the chloride ion, so will be the size. There will be a size difference between sodium and chloride. So if you study its structure, you will find out that sodium ion occupy all the corners of unit cell and also center of each face. The black dots, they are representing sodium ion. So you can see from the picture that sodium ion is present at all the corner. This is a single unit cell. Don't get confused that these are the multiple unit cell. No, it is a single unit cell. In this unit cell, you can see that sodium ion is present at each and every corner and also present at the center of each face. Now you can see that chloride ions are present at the center of each edge. Chloride ions, they are shown by the small circle. So they are present at each center of each edge, and one chloride ion is also present at the center of the unit cell. So this is the complete structure of NaCl. If you will count the number of particles in one unit cell, there are 4 sodium ions, because at corners there are 8 sodium ions and their contribution is 1 by 8, so it will be 1. And the sodium ions which are present at the faces, that will be have a contribution of half, and there are the 6 faces, so number of particles will be 3. So in total there will be 4 sodium ions. Similarly, we can find out chloride ions. Chloride ions are present at the body center, so it will be wholly belong to the unit cell. So one chloride ion is at the center, and each chloride ion which is present at the center of each edge will have a contribution of 1 by 4. So there are 12 such chloride ions, and if we divide them by 4, it will be 3, and 1 at the center of the unit cell. So total chloride ions will be 4. So NaCl ratio will be 1:1. 4 sodium ions and 4 chloride ions per unit cell. So that is the structure of NaCl. If we compare the size of potassium and chlorine, we know that both they have potassium ion and chloride ion, both have 18 electrons. And if we find out if they have the same number of electrons, obviously their size will be similar, and if the size will be similar, then they will have the similar structure at that of NaCl, but there will be no distinction where the chloride will be present and where the potassium will be present, because both have the same size, so both can occupy either corner or the face center or the edges. Now if we go to the cesium ion, in case of cesium ion, cesium has 54 electrons and chloride ion still have the 18 electrons. So cesium ion is larger in size. So in cesium chloride, cesium will occupy all the corners and chloride ion will be present at the center of the unit cell. So it will have a body centered structure. So that is all about the differences between the crystal structure of sodium chloride, potassium chloride and cesium chloride. If it see the cesium chloride, it has the particles of cesium at the corners, so their contribution will be 1 by 8. As we have the 8 corners, so 8 into 1 by 8, that will be equal to 1. So per unit there will be only one cesium ion, And if we find for the chloride ion, one chloride ion is present at the center of the unit cell, so there will be one chloride ion. So one cesium and one chloride per unit cell. As we have already seen that in NaCl there are 4 sodium ion and 4 chloride ion per unit cell. So students, this is the difference between their crystal structure. Okay, thank you.